Who are you? That is a great question. Now, when you got up this morning and looked at yourself in the mirror, was that the one question you asked yourself? Who are you, or who am I? Most of the time we get busy with all the things we need to do when we may be, we have a position in a company, we are at the head of a family, we are taking care of loved ones. There's all kind of things we do, and too often we are describing who we are with what we do. But think about it. When is the last time you actually asked yourself, who am I? And to that question, having a deep answer to that. Well, this is not an easy feat. Um, I did a couple of weeks ago, I met with Evan Carmichael and we talked about how we can better define who we are. And through him, I've learned that knowing your who, or what defines who you are, is a great way to ground yourself and actually be able to go to the next level. Okay, so the question is, how can you actually define who you are? Well, that's a good question. The idea that I have for you is the best way I found to know who you are is to find a word that defines who you are. So instead of trying to figure out the big context and adjectives and all the things to try to explain to others who you are, if you can sum it up in a word or two, that saves a lot of time. And you know what? It allows you to focus on what's important about you. And so that when you are having to make a decisions between one project or another, when you have to make a decision or another, thinking of what's important for you, who you are, your core value, or your core values, that allows you to actually go and make it easier to go to the next level. Because guess what? If you don't take time to know who you are and make decisions in line with who you are and your core values, where would you be in a year or in two? You cannot get this go by because you're too important. And especially if you want to make the world a better place, there's no time to waste. So let's see. If you've enjoyed the content so far, don't forget that I would appreciate if you subscribe to this channel because I'm bringing value to you as to what makes it so that we can make the world a better place. That's my ultimate goal. So let's see. From here you say, okay, so what are my 3 words? What are my 2 words, my 1 words that can help me? And it can help you figure out, okay, how can 1 word actually help me? So let's see if I can share with you some ideas and stories that can help you on that matter. So if you go back, I would say that my first word, the 1 word that defined who I am, is explore. Now, when I was a kid, a teenager, and even after that, the one thing I loved was to explore my world around me. So yeah, when I was a kid, there was no internet, no Google, no YouTube. We had to go outside, and I loved to explore the area. We had a forest behind the house. Always lots of fun during the day, meeting with friends so we can entertain ourselves. That was amazing. Now, another way I was doing that was through stamp collecting. I loved the fact that I could explore the world through stamps. It's a simple idea, but still, one thing that I can relate with what defines who I am was exploring. And you say, okay, so what did you do with this idea, or what defined you as an explorer? But I'd say that after my high school, I decided to become a geologist, and I became an exploration geologist. Look at this, exploration geologist. Oh yeah. And the reason why it was amazing is there was a quest. So I was looking and doing exploration for gold in eastern Canada. And I was looking for ore deposits of more than 1 million ounces. Think about that. 1 million ounces of gold. This is an amazing treasure. So what did I do? I was spending my day in a treasure hunt. And that was what I was doing, and it was amazing. But what happened after a while? So I would say that the exploration part of my life was from when I was 10 till about the year 2000 or so. What happened is I was doing mapping. I was doing my work as a geologist. And then I started to realize that I loved to be with other people to help them learn the trades of being a geologist. Then I realized that I did love science ever since I was younger. So I decided that the next thing I wanted to do was to become a teacher. So I became a high school teacher, teaching science and other subjects. And the beauty of that is that my progression from exploration went into learning. So I can define that second part of my life as learning, because what happened is I, as a teacher, was learning every day about topics, about people, about relationships, and I was helping others learn as well. So that was amazing. I had found a time and a place where I could do what I loved, which was learning and helping others learn as well. That was amazing. So you see, you can find your purpose. You could decide who you are. No, you could figure out who you are with one word. And when you think of that, it gives you a chance to focus on what you'd like to do. Before was explore, now was learning. And I love teaching. Why? Because I love to use learning as a way to see people I grow as individual, finding solutions to problems, finding ways to communicate with others and grow as people, and ultimately make the world a better place. So see, from explore, which was defining who I was, it became learning, who defined who I was for a long time. Now, learning is amazing because learning gives you a chance to say, okay, there is something I don't know about. Or you may be curious. You might feel that, okay, this is something I don't know and I'd like to learn more about. And from there, you are able to fulfill that feel of curiosity. You're learning, and then at the same time, you can help others become better at who they are. So this is ultimately amazing. And I was looking at some math, and if you think about it, in over 20 years of teaching, I've been with more than 3,000 students in my classes, and I've done and planned more than 20,000 lessons. Think about that. Giving a chance to show others and others to show me who they are, what they've learned, especially in science when we do experiments and we try to do different things. That was amazing. So that brings us to, is there a different word than learning for me? And that is interesting because as part of the book, Built to Serve, let's see if I can find it for you. I should have planned that a little bit better. So Alain Carmichael created this book, or wrote this book called Built to Serve. And in there, he outlines that if you want to help others, serve others, and make the world a better place, knowing who you are is one first step. And here I figured that may as well share that with you. And guess what? In December, and I'm going to put a link to the video at the end of this video here, and maybe a card if I can figure out how they work. But I had an amazing opportunity to chat with Evan Carmichael in December 2021 to better define what my current one word would be. And we had a chat about what I liked and realized that I liked the sparks that in students' eyes, in my kids' eyes, and people around me, when they think of an idea, they become curious and then they take the steps to learn what is needed. So spark was a great word that I thought was interesting. Another one was ignite. So you can ignite the interest of some people to make it so that they get their own curiosity to learn something. Because keep in mind that I'm not there as a teacher to do things for students. I'm not there if I'm helping friends to do things for them. I'm there to help them become a better person. And that I believe. So from our conversation, interestingly enough, at the end, Evan mentioned, what was it? If you see the microphone that I'm using, he started to use that for his videos. And he says, well, you inspired me to make better videos in my car. And then I was saying, oh, that's an interesting word. And after thinking about it, I realized that my current word is inspire. Why would it be inspire? But think about it. I've been teaching for 20 years. I've learned a lot of things. And of all the things I've enjoyed the most was to inspire others, my students, to do better, to become better people, to inspire other teachers to do the best they can. And you say, well, am I the best in the world? Not at all. I'm learning every day in becoming a better teacher and becoming a better human and helping students the best that I can. So as you see, one person will say, well, so is there one word that defines who you are? Not at all. I would say there's at least three, even more. Explore is one of the most important word that carried me uh, many years. Then it was learning, and it still does. And now it's inspire. And you could add to that the growth, because I love to see people growing at the pace that works for them to make the world and their world a better place. And that's why I'm creating these videos, so that I can share with you my journey, what I've learned, so that maybe you can even find ways to better define who you are. Because think about it, the more you define the better you define who you are, the easier it will be for you to make the best decision to go and achieve, to go where you want to go, to achieve the goals you have, to make your world and the world for others better. So on this, I want you in the comments below to write down what is that 1, 2, or 3 words that define who you are. I want to know, because I hope that this video will help you better define who you are, because at the same time, it will help you help others become better as well. So on this, I'm going to see you in the next video. I'm going to put a link here to the video where I meet with Evan to work on figuring out that word that is inspire at this time. Not an easy task, but you'll see it's part of the process of growing, and I believe in you. So here, I'll see you in the next video.